Hello, everyone. This is Bruce Gimmer with the hot seat edition of the Ultimate Partner Advisor Training. And I'm here with the one and only Jake Weaver with Lumen. Hello, Jake.
Hey, Bruce. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good, my friend. You know, there's a lot of exciting things that we know that's going on with Lumen. Share with us, what are one of the biggest one or two things that we need to know about Lumen now?
Ooh, there's really so many to choose from, but really, I think the coolest thing that we're doing right now from a nerdy perspective is that everybody knows us as this giant ISP, but what few have heard or realized yet is we're leveraging our network and this broad footprint that we have, and we've got about 220 data centers that we own that we're sitting on top of our network directly. And what we're doing right now that's really cool is we're pre-deploying all sorts of different types of compute resources to help our customers be able to quickly push their applications and their data and their workloads to the air quotes edge, and whatever that might look like, that is really going to help them move the needle to best support the business outcomes that IT is being tasked with leading and enabling. So that giant project that we're undertaking, we've been rolling that out all year, and we're really close to having those last few sites deployed to where we can provide compute resources within about 5 milliseconds of anywhere in the United States. So that's probably the coolest thing amongst others, but that's definitely one thing that I feel like I need to shout from the rooftops because it's pretty cool.
That is cool. 5 milliseconds, compute resources, and 220 data centers. That is impressive. Well, when you look at all the different customer verticals and types, what would you say, Jake, are your top one or two, and why?
I don't know that there's necessarily a vertical per se. I think it's more of where particular customers are in their kind of maturity in their adoption of technology. If you have a particular vertical that leverages technology more than others, that's great, but how far are they along that learning curve? So if you, for example, if you've got somebody that's kind of really kind of cloud native and leveraging a lot of the existing emerging technologies that are out there, they're doing a lot of things internally and may look internally for those services. Whereas you get somebody that's in that kind of growth mode, that embracing the buzzword alert, digital transformation, but they're on that front end of that learning curve. They need help. They don't have the teams and tools and people that Lumen can bring to bear to help them kind of adopt those newer technologies, whether it's network centric or infrastructure centric. And then, I mean, even more challenging for them is how do they wrap the appropriate levels of security around that? So that's where we see the most success, is more so in where customers are in their journey, if that makes sense.
Totally makes sense. So when they're in that growth mode, that's a great way to help think of the customers that are best suited for you, so they can have that team approach to go in there and really help them as they migrate and move forward.
Absolutely.
So when you look at all your solutions and services, what would you say are your top ones and why?
I would say the top ones that, especially I'm most passionate about, is our different infrastructure offerings. We have, as I mentioned earlier, compute resources that are deployed all over the place in our data centers. So we have that ability to take a more holistic look at things and really kind of step back and figure out what the right infrastructure offering looks like for a customer's particular situation and the applications that are in scope. So kind of looking at it and going, is this make sense for a private cloud or maybe traditional co-location or some kind of managed server offering, or even helping customers get into a public cloud? It's more of that infrastructure that we're really, really good at. It's kind of the designing the dots kind of engagements. So I'd say that is probably where we're really, really good at.
So looking at the infrastructure and truly making a designing effort is where you're really best suited.
Absolutely.
When you're looking at yourself, Lumen, compared to your distinguished competition, what truly differentiates you from them?
At our core, it's the giant network that we have. Everybody knows us as this giant ISP, right? And that's kind of our conduit into these different environments to be able to kind of use as a shim to wrap our hands and manage services around these different IT environments and different infrastructures that we can bring to bear. That network is also the same kind of superpower that we leverage to gain an understanding from a security perspective as to what the bad guys are doing. I mean, we touch about 3 out of 4 of the world's IP packets. So our Black Lotus Labs team gets a lot of insight as to kind of what the current threat landscape is and how we can proactively try to keep the internet clean, but also empower our customers with the different tools and services to help protect themselves and reduce the blast radius from potential cyber attacks. So that's our superpower there.
It truly sounds like you are the platform for amazing things.
100%.
So, Jake, last but not least, when a customer, partner, or advisor chooses Lumen, what is one of the biggest benefits in having your service?
Well, they get to work with my team. My team is extremely tenured. I mean, everybody on my team has a minimum of 10 years in their particular skill set that we leverage to bring those different services and solutions to bear and really take that consultative approach with our partners and our customers to help them walk through and kind of lead them through what's the right technology to achieve the business outcomes that they're driving for. And I know that may sound a little bit cliche, but I will say that that's probably the biggest impact because compute is compute. And there are a lot of tools out there. But if you don't have those battle-tested resources that can act in that consultative manner to help you make the right technology choices, the right business choices, it can be a lot, it can leave things to a lot of trial and error. And we want to do everything that we can to help our customers measurably move the needle towards where they're trying to get. And ultimately, every one of our customers is trying to figure out how to be more efficient or more effective at driving revenue. And that's what we want to enable.
And it's exactly what we want to drive here. We're looking at a true customized solution. You've got a great team approach. Everyone, you heard it directly from Jake Weaver at Lumen. When you're looking for the platform for truly amazing things, who do you want to call? Let's call Jake at Lumen. Thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Bruce.